Ocean acidification is the gradual lowering of oceanic pH over time. It is especially impacted by the carbon cycle because the oceans are a carbon sink, meaning they hold a large amount of carbon. Many different parts of the carbon cycle affect the ocean, but the main three processes are human emissions, carbon sequestering, and lithification. Let's start with the chemistry. pH is a measure of acidity by measuring the hydrogen ion concentration. More hydrogen ions means a lower pH because pH is on a logarithmic scale. Now we're going to dive deeper into the ocean acidification reaction shown here. Taking CO2 from the atmosphere, the main cause of acidification is called sequestration. CO2 and water react to form carbonic acid. Carbonic acid partially dissociates in water, forming bicarbonate and hydrogen ions. Bicarbonate can further dissociate into carbonate and two hydrogen ions. Both lead to an increase in hydrogen ions, therefore a decrease in pH. The more CO2 in the atmosphere, the more acid in the ocean because of this reaction. Le Chatelier's principle is the idea that concentration, pressure, and temperature all impact the equilibrium concentration. Just as an open pot can becomes flat when the CO2 escapes, when there is a lower concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere, CO2 can escape from the ocean. Some main causes of increased atmospheric CO2 are burning fossil fuels, deforestation, respiration, and decomposition. Fossil fuels and deforestation drastically increased following the Industrial Revolution. They are some of the quickest and most harmful causes of increased atmospheric CO2. The problem with this is that acid in the ocean is able to dissolve shells and corals, and it reduces available carbonate ions able to rebuild shells. The free hydrogen ions react with calcium carbonate, a main ingredient in shells, dissolving them. Shown below is an eggshell dissolving in acetic acid, aka vinegar, which results in shell destruction similar to the carbonic acid reaction. By losing shelled organisms, many food sources and habitats are destroyed. 25% of ocean life uses corals as habitat, so its destruction is catastrophic for ocean ecosystems. Additionally, the destruction of shelled organisms leaves less food for larger animals. For example, when krill and scallops are removed from this food web, mackerel, herring, and cod lose a food source affecting their population and causing a ripple effect throughout the food chain. The main solution to this is reducing emissions. There are many ways to do this, including reducing energy consumption and recycling. Reducing emissions works not because it actively removes CO2, but because it allows time for natural buffering processes to occur. The weathering of rocks can act as a natural buffer. Additionally, the creation of limestone also removes carbon. Limestone is made of calcium carbonate, the same molecule in shells. It is created when dead shells sink to the seafloor and are compacted by ocean pressure. These sediments then form limestone in a process called lithification. These processes have the ability to neutralize or remove carbon, but they are slow, so we must give them time to occur by not adding more CO2 to the atmosphere.